member from Parkdale High Park.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Workers who sort produce for the Ippolito company at the Ontario Food Terminal have been on strike for the last 9 days. They do the back-breaking work that starts at 2 a.m. to distribute produce to our local grocery stores and restaurants. They make less than other workers at the terminal. They don't have sick days. They don't have job security. What they're seeking is simply a fair first contract, a situation sadly all too common where employers drag out this process hoping to rattle newly unionized workplaces. New Democrats propose first contract arbitration that would help ensure that negotiations don't drag out and become strikes or lockouts. Sadly, the Liberal government voted that down. Will the Premier stand up today with the Ippolito workers and support first contract arbitration for all workers in this province?
Minister of Labour.
Minister of Labour.
Thank you. I thank the honourable member for her question and for the concern about the dispute that is taking place. What we try to do at the Minister of Labour, Speaker, is obviously we try to promote a very stable and a very constructive labour relations regime and have productive workplaces in the province of Ontario. What we do, Speaker, is we enforce the labour legislation. Some of that will be changing, Speaker, should this House support Bill 148. There's the regulations and the programs that will follow that, Speaker. But in Ontario, we've got an excellent record, Speaker, of dispute resolution. About 98% of all agreements in the province are reached without strike, Speaker. They're reached without lockout, Speaker. When the two parties approach the table in a meaningful way, in a significant way, Speaker, we know that the best agreements are those reached at the table. Speaker, I'll expand on that in the supplementary.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Back to the Premier. The majority of those workers on strike are Tibetan. I know them to be hard-working, incredible assets who both live and work in my riding of Parkdale High Park. Ippolito Produce is a multinational company with sales of more than $130 million each year. Last year, Ippolito Produce received $1.7 million from this Liberal government to retain more than, quote-unquote, 250 good jobs. The Liberal government is subsidizing bad labour practices. So what about these workers, Speaker? Even when Bill 148 passes, they will not be guaranteed a first contract. Will the Premier, I repeat, today stand up with the Ippolito workers and support first contract arbitration for all workers in this province?
Thank you. Be seated, please.